What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Clinton Bowman. I'm joined by Keith Mitchell and
Howdy.
Aaron Sanders.
Hey.
And this is the 22nd episode of The Experience.
Oh, this
Technically,
is Experience?
the Xbox Experience. This
Shit.
is an Xbox Experience here.
All right, I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Not ready for the experience.
He's not ready for the experience. He hasn't taken his LSD yet.
Wow. Drug reference.
And
I got
cut.
that reference.
Yo, shouts out to Hunter S. Thompson. A journalism reference and a drug reference. Let's do it. You know,
If my eyes aren't looking at the camera, it's because I'm playing the Surge for review. So
stop it.
I mean-
Stop it now.
Come
You
on.
have to focus because there's words that need to be said and thoughts that need to be pontificated upon.
no, I have to play Sci-Fi Souls. What are you talking about?
Sci-fi souls, he says. Yo, so Aaron, what's going on, man? How you been?
I've been all right.
And Keith, how's things been with you?
I'm sorry, what?
How's things been with you, man?
Sci-Fi Souls.
So, Keith, tell us what you got on your ear right now, man. What headset are you rocking?
Shouts out to Big Boy LucidSound LS30s. These are some great sounding headphones, and perhaps my favorite headphones of all time.
Maybe you should pick up
actually
the
really good.
pick up the 40s, man.
I'm going to pick up the LS35X for the Xbox.
The Scorpio confirmed one. So let's talk about that right before we get into the big news of the podcast. So LucidSound is sending out press releases towards E3 and said they have the first licensed Xbox Scorpio headset.
And it will work for Xbox One and PC as well.
And it worked for Xbox One, Xbox Scorpio, and PC, like Keith said.
Correct.
Now, I know you're excited about this because it's going to connect like a regular Xbox controller, apparently.
It's going to connect like the Kinects.
Not like they Connect. No.
No.
That thing had a giant cable.
Look, I love
yeah,
my
transferred
Kinect
over.
though. I have my Kinect. I love my Kinect, but
I threw the Xbox 360 Kinect in the trash a couple days ago.
Oh, nice.
I was like, it's gone.
I still have that. And I have the One Connect, so I've got two of them.
I still got my one Kinect.
The One Kinect
But
is
yeah,
actually
that was
pretty
a
useful
bag.
though.
That was a bag segue. So yeah, the LS35X will work natively with Xbox One S and PlayStation. Yeah, and the Scorpio. Yeah, I'm losing it. And it will use, I believe, it will use the Wi-Fi Direct.
Okay.
So it connects
Not like
directly to it.
Bluetooth, but it's the Wi-Fi.
So
direct.
apparently,
Right.
it'll connect to the Xbox One wireless adapter then.
Yes,
Theoretically.
it works with that. Yes, it works
Oh.
with that.
Oh,
You
okay.
can use that as well to get connectivity on your PC. If your PC, apparently there are PCs that have Wi-Fi Direct built into it from
Ooh,
certain
yeah.
companies. I did not know this.
Me neither.
So yeah, it's in the press release. So yeah, if you have an Xbox One adapter, which is really weird, you can use it because I was under the understanding that the Xbox One adapter that I'm using right now for my on my other PC only allowed one controller at a time. So
No, it actually allows up to 4.
so that's interesting.
I think it only allows up to 4.
So yeah, so we get to pick Big Boy's brain a little more when we go see him at I can't talk. I'm about to die. E3 2017.
Shouts out to Alex Berry. Yo, really, really big British guy and cool as hell too.
Hilarious. He's hilarious.
Go check that
He
video
is.
out. Go check that video out from PAX on the Outerhaven's YouTube channel, obviously.
I'm just waiting for them to confirm our appointment. Like, hey, I specifically said to them, hey, remember us from PAX East? Let's do it again. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to him again. That was a fun time.
Indeed, fun times indeed. So, Xbox One Creators Program, Xbox Live Creators Program is confirming mouse and keyboard support, boys.
Whoa.
Mouse and keyboard
That's it.
support.
It's all over.
me-
Xbox is a PC
Let
now.
me back, not that, but that up.
I was about to say,
It
back
gives-
that ass up. Like,
You cannot say that with a straight face anymore. It's giving you full keyboard support. Xbox One has some partial keyboard support, but it's giving you full keyboard support.
right.
Mhm.
The only difference here is it's up to developers to decide if they want to provide that support within a game. Right now, it's just for the UI browsing around in the Xbox One UI. However,
Gotcha.
like I said, if a developer wants to give a game access to keyboard and mouse support, it's up to them.
I am totally waiting for Smite to actually support that. You know
Oh,
they're
boy.
going to be first to do it.
I'm waiting for Overwatch. Jeff Kaplan to chime in and say, "We will never give it to you."
Yeah, I'm
Well,
never going to.
Kaplan doesn't want to do it anyway because, like, oh, it's unfair. I'm like, look, you
No, it's not unfair.
Look,
Okay,
you
here's my
It's unfair on console.
Hold on, give me a minute. Look, you snowflake motherfucker. It's not unfair. I'm sorry. People like playing on their mouse and keyboard, but they don't necessarily have a PC that can run it. So why
Okay.
sit down there and shit on it?
So wait, so if that's not fair, then why are things like this and scruff controllers out there on the market, giving people an advantage?
You're right.
Because
Why do you? That's a good question. And why? Obviously, I mean, you can obviously play with controller on. We know a person that plays Overwatch on PC with
a damn
fight
joystick,
stick,
with a controller. Wow.
Stick.
Oh my gosh.
With a TE2. Come on.
How do they do?
Matt's pretty good.
Matt's
good. Okay.
Matt's
it's
pretty
surprising, but okay.
Speaking of Matt, make sure you check him out. A1 Podcast every month.
Don't forget Josh.
And Josh and Will. Yeah. I want to check that out. I mean, we were talking about Matt in immediate time. You know, you'll hear more about that in the Shields to Pay the Bills. But yeah.
He'll hear you. He'll come on the podcast like, look at me. I'm the captain now.
So listen, I'll put it out there like this. And I know that Hi-Res Studio more than likely will be the first company to put this in support.
You think so?
They'll take advantage of it. They'll take full advantage of it. They want more people playing their game. I mean, granted, Smite has a good amount of players. You know, just adding more.
I'll take that bet. I think you're wrong.
You can't take that back. I'm the one that said it.
I said bet. I said bet. I'll
okay.
take that bet. Because I would imagine that Grinding Gears would do it also for Path of Exile.
Oh, yes, right. Path of Exile is on Xbox One.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, that would make a lot more sense.
Yep.
One of the two companies would probably do it.
Yeah.
So, you know, those are the two companies that'll more than likely definitely do it. We know Overwatch Blizzard would never do it because they had to patch out Torbjorn at launch.
Torbjorn and Bastion.
And I'm sitting here like, so why is this game on consoles in the first place? Oh, right, because people were bitching about it.
Are they patched completely out, or are they just heavily nerfed?
Heavily nerfed. Heavily nerfed. They're heavily nerfed compared to their PC counterparts. So, for example, Torbjorn won't automatically track you as the turret won't automatically track you as you're moving. And Bastion
so was
still
it just
takes
fire straight? That's it.
No,
it tracks. It's just not as fast. It doesn't. It's not as responsive.
Like, you know, when I say automatically track you, what I mean by automatically track you is what Keith says. It's like instant lock on. It auto tracks you, but it's a lot slower than on the PC. And Bastion takes a while to kind of like track you. I think his movement speed got reduced.
Yes.
So there's that. I mean, it's not surprising at all that happened. It's just that I still don't think Overwatch should have been on consoles to begin with, and that's just me. I know Blizzard loves money, but
I was gonna say, yeah, I can see the appeal, but if you have to change the product that much, it's a questionable call. I don't know. I've never played it on console, so
I never
have any plans to.
I played the beta on console, and I consequently put my PlayStation 4 controller down and said, "Fuck this shit." So
I didn't put myself through that punishment. I know better.
Yeah, but we know quite a few people that do. Oh boy. So Dell, Keith, says that
As Intel, by the
way. That was good. Yeah, I recognized it.
Oh God. Damn it.
Continue.
Says that gaming PCs sales are on the rise.
They're on the rise, and they will continue to grow from this year for the next foreseeable future based on esports and VR. I would say that those are two of the prime reasons why, but not the only reasons why.
Okay.
As you can see from the growth in sales, PC gaming is on the rise, despite everybody saying that PC gaming is dead.
Isn't PC gaming technically the biggest financial mover
next to smartphones?
Next to smartphones? Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
PC gaming is on the rise due to its ease. It's accessible, even though most people say it's not very accessible. It's very much so.
Oh, yeah.
Steam's becoming a lot better. Big picture mode has become a lot better. More and more games are coming onto the PC, as we've seen with recent King of Fighters 14, Street Fighter 5, a lot of niche titles. You know, Bayonetta came on recently. We're getting Vanquish now.
Here's hoping Virtua Fighter comes on there.
I know, right? That was one of the games that they were like, give us Bayonetta, then give us Vanquish, then give us Virtua Fighter 5. So that's the next one.
Hopefully.
Hopefully it comes.
Yeah.
And if it does, you know, Sega's doing great.
If it does, I'm playing it.
I did put a post on Reddit. We were talking about this. I was like, so cool. Maybe we'll get Fanstar 2.
Oh.
And you got downvoted to hell, didn't you?
No, one of the guys like, I think we can give up on that. That's never happening.
Yeah, don't break my heart there.
It's not.
Yeah, Keith. Like me and Josh were fucking around with you, thinking about getting you the Fantasy Tar
I would burn
online
it.
2 DVD set.
Oh,
Like, I don't think I want that.
Yo, happy birthday, motherfucker.
I mean, I can play it. I just don't want to play it. You know, it's the whole principle. I'm not going to do it.
I said the DVD set. I'm talking about the anime.
No,
bro.
I know, but I'm talking about the game. I could easily go play it, but I'm not doing it. No,
Right.
I'm not supporting that.
Nah,
But yeah, I'm glad to see that PC sales are on the rise. I'm glad that people are seeing this, and I would like to say that, you know, Dell and Alienware are not one of the big reasons why, but they have a really decent PC with the can't talk with shit whatsoever.
the Alpha.
Yeah. Huh?
You talking about the Alpha, or the X51?
Yes, the Alpha.
Okay.
X51 and Alpha are the same thing. Remember, that was the.
Oh yeah, my bad. Go ahead, just go.
The Alpha is basically a small form factor machine, decent for entry level PC gaming. You can buy an i5 or an i3 variant. I don't know why they're still selling i3. They should stop selling that. But for the most part,
You know why they
a
sell
nice
i3 for entry level people that can't afford the shit? That's
no. What I'm saying is they can get the better the Pentium that came out.
Oh, you talking about the G32?
Do
Not
they
the
offer
G32,
that?
but
Yeah.
the you talking about
No, they don't.
the next
No,
gen
they
one,
don't.
the one for
But they
DDR4,
should.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they should totally offer that. It
Right.
beats the i3. It beats the i3 that they're selling. So I think that would be a better process to put in there, because if you look at the benchmarks, it kills that i3.
I mean, I'm getting the Pentium anyway.
I'm getting a
for
Ryzen.
a second. I mean, I want to get Ryzen. I am really tempted on Ryzen, but
I'm just getting it for testing. I want to test bench.
oh, so you're gonna take Keith's computer behind you and test it with that?
It's not Keith's computer. Why does everybody say it's Keith's computer? I didn't see Keith pay for that computer. I built that.
But you're Keith, right?
Yeah, so it technically is
Mitchell.
Keith's computer. It's Big Keith's computer.
No, basically, computer is right here that I'm
All
playing.
right, hacks. But in the same time,
Any other computer that's over there?
it's for the kids, right?
Yeah, no, I fucking think so.
It's for the kids, man. It's for the kids. No, but I was thinking about getting a Ryzen. Speaking of PC gaming, I was thinking about getting a Ryzen for a mini build to put on my TV for HTPC build.
Like I said, I just want to test it, but I do want Ryzen to come out with mini ITX boards. I know there are some, but not as many as there could be.
I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
You're 100%
Because
right.
I'm actually really thinking about replacing, when I come back from E3, replacing the Xeon setup.
What?
Yeah, all right. I can get an i7 and a mini ITX board for like $370.
So, see, this is the guy that told me to go. This is the guy right here. This guy right here told me to go get a Xeon set up. Now he gonna sit down.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna blow this shit away.
How long have I had my Xeon set up?
I mean, for about a year,
For longer than a year.
2 years, for as long as I've been on the site.
And now prices are getting cheaper. It's time to.
I still stick with the Xeon for as long as I can run it with.
Yeah, that's what you do. But I upgrade when I can. When it's affordable and I can sell my machine for a profit with a motherboard, the processor, and memory, I can still get $250 for all that. Probably even more, because that processor still sells for like $250, $290.
You right.
So I'll make my money back. I don't care about that.
Fair enough, Aaron. I mean, PC gaming. Like, your thoughts on PC gaming rising? Did you not expect this? Like, to be fair.
Oh, you mean on it getting more popular?
Yeah.
I didn't expect it. But I mean, I've always been a PC gamer, so I always kind of hoped that it would make a bit of a comeback. But it's definitely the expanding library, getting more games on the platform. That's definitely, I think, contributing to it. With the especially with the last generation of consoles, we've currently got the PS4 and the One. When they were bringing those out, that first E3 a couple of years ago, it kept seeming to me like they were trying to convince you that these were more valuable than a PC.
Right.
Uh,
So the entire time I'm sitting there, I'm like, I've got a PC. If only like these games were on it, I would just play them there.
Indeed.
So
I hear you.
I'm glad to hear that it's picking up, and hopefully we start seeing a lot more titles make it over to the PC.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not now a big advocate for PC gaming. Whenever you can, it's like get the consoles for exclusives. But if you can pick up a game on PC, pick it up on PC, especially if you have the PC to run it.
Yeah,
I had an acquaintance many years ago who I tried to bring into the PC gaming fold, and he just did not listen to me and kept saying that the PlayStation 3 was better than the PC. And I was like,
Man, you should have slapped him with a keyboard.
I don't know what you're smoking, my friend, but it's bad for you. Please stop.
Nah, he ain't smoking no type of weed. Cause I'm sorry, bro. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to smoke weed and I used to think clearly. All right. Like, I don't know. I don't know what he's on, but it ain't nothing that make you think clearly. He might be drinking a little too much, Keith.
No.
Just a little bit.
Possibly. Who knows?
Possibly. That being said, I want to jump onto this real story real quick that I just discovered while doing this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. So a study, the Nielsen, we all know Nielsen with the outdated ratings platform, because guess what? DVR is a thing.
Oh yeah.
Apparently,
and Netflix and Hulu and
all that stuff. Yeah, television ratings are really outdated practice now because of all the streaming media going out there now. The Nielsen 3 Games 360 report reports that from overall pool of 2,000 participants, 16% of gamers 13 and up said they would probably buy the Switch, while only 15% said the same for PS4 Pro and 13% for the Scorpio. So apparently,
that makes sense though.
Slightly more people are more interested in buying the Switch than the PS4 and the Scorpio. Now, a good something to note is the report also is general awareness for the platform. So 77% stated that they heard of the PS4, 72 for the Xbox One, 29 for the Switch, 27% for the PS4 Pro, and 14% for the Scorpio. 9% of those polled said they haven't heard of any of those consoles.
Wow, and none of them?
Well, that makes sense though. That makes perfect sense.
Right.
You know, the Xbox Scorpio, or probably Scorpio, and PlayStation 4 Pro, again, they're niche consoles. They're not marketed to the entire gaming market. They're only marketed to a small number of gamers. Right. So that makes total sense, which is why Microsoft can't afford to drop the ball when it comes to marketing the Scorpio. Same thing to PlayStation 4 Pro. Sony did a terrible job marketing that thing. They're at the point, well, bad system anyway. It wasn't as good as they said it was going to be. It's a huge disappointment for me. So many games that run are great. I'm not going to say they're not, but I picked it up because I expected a big leap over PlayStation 4 games. That it's not there.
Yeah.
Sometimes games run worse on the Pro than the PlayStation 4.
I heard that.
Right near Automata, how does that happen? I don't know.
God.
But again, this is why you can't come out. I was just on Sony Centric. You can't have a system like the PlayStation 4 Pro, don't do any marketing, and expect for it to do well.
You're 100% right on that one.
Microsoft has the same issue. You have to market it. So if you, and especially for younger kids, Nintendo is synonymous with young kids. It doesn't make a difference.
Not even just young kids nowadays. I mean, look at the Switch's advertisement.
No, I know, I get that. But what I'm saying is, Nintendo is always going to be related to gaming for younger kids. This is how they're marketed. That's how Nintendo
That's how they
has
marketed
always
for
been.
years. Like since what,
exactly.
83? I mean, to be fair, in Japan, okay, let's specify. In Japan, they marketed to the family. Obviously, the Famicom, the family computer.
Sure.
You look at the NES was marketed in America after the video game crash in 1983 towards young boys because it was probably the only way that thing would have moved consoles. So Nintendo has a history in America for being for young children.
Yep. Not to mention Pokemon's one of their big drivers. So
mind you, it's marketed to little kids, but a lot of grown ass men and women buy that game like it's nothing.
Oh, I've got copies.
Same
but
here. I sold them,
but I mean, but having that though, I mean, that's also very marketed at children. So
yeah,
that drives a lot of it too.
Aaron, by the way, I got an early code for the Midnight Form Lycanroc. Do you want that? For Sun and Moon?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Walked in the GameStop and got a code for that. Like, here, take it. I'm like,
sure. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I'll take it.
But Keith, back to what you were saying. Yeah, it's marketed to so the advertising aspect of it.
Right.
Go back to it.
And at the same time, you got to wonder the age demographics here when they were doing that. Who were they talking to? Were you talking to parents, talking to teenagers, talking to young adults? Who exactly were you talking to?
Bro, this is Nielsen. We'll never really know.
No. That's the thing. You need to be more specific on who you talk to. And where you talk to. Like if you go to Japan, Xbox One, I've never heard of that.
Right.
So you got to be really specific with these questions, these surveys, and who you talk to.
Well, considering, let's take a look at the numbers. Let's take a look at the numbers in this report because this report really came out. I mean, among the general population, 2016, general gamer growth has grown exponentially from 2012. 2012 it bottomed out. It was at 58%. Now in 2016, we're at 64% of the general American population are
Nice.
playing games, and 46% of gamers play on only one type of device. So that's a number that's there.
Wait. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. What was that about one device households?
46% of gamers play on only one type of device.
That is higher than I expected.
You know,
Yeah,
console gamers playing on mobile or devices. You know, right now in 2017, 62% of people are playing on mobile devices, as opposed to 38% not playing on mobile devices.
So 46% of those people aren't enjoying gaming to its fullest.
Yeah, really.
Right, and then also platform preference. 47% prefer consoles, as opposed to 26% on mobile and 27% on PC.
I can deal with that because that's a preference. It doesn't mean they only play on mobile.
Right. But like I said, the awareness of gamers is 77%. The awareness of non-gamers for PlayStation 4 is 52%. For Xbox One and Xbox One S, 41%, compared to 72% of gamers and 61% of the general population.
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy. And with the intent to purpose, 17% for the Xbox One, like I said earlier. So those numbers are really telling. And PC gamers obviously will prefer digital as opposed to console, which will more prefer physical.
We don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You buy a physical box and you got to get a code to download the game off of Steam or Blizzard. We don't have a choice. They don't sell physical PC games in stores anymore.
No, that's not necessarily true. I mean, GameStop sells it. They just stock whatever gets the pre-orders. That's it.
No. PC games.
Yeah, PC games.
Yeah, they got a handful.
They got a handful.
They do?
Yeah, dude, I bought Grand Theft Auto 5. I got Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC.
Yeah,
I bought Overwatch at GameStop and it was a code. I got
Overwatch at GameStop. It was a code and a disc.
Yeah, well, the disc, I also got that, and the disc just has like an installer for the Battle.net client.
There's nothing on there.
That's all it is. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but it's technically a physical copy. I have a box.
Right.
This is true.
So, and let's go into VR real quick, because VR actually has something really telling too.
No, it doesn't. VR is garbage.
In the general population, the Samsung Gear VR has.
I don't count that as VR.
Hold on, slow it down. Slow it down.
Right.
Slow it down. The Samsung Gear VR counts for 7%. That and PlayStation VR both count each for 7% of interest to buy. In general population, for gamers, it's 10% for the PlayStation VR. The HTC Vive is all the way down at the bottom at respectively 4% and 5%.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder why.
Kind of expensive.
Too expensive, maybe?
Google Cardboard is at 4% for
I've yet to get a hold of one of those. I want one, but I want one of the special edition ones.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at that at work today. I was like, I really just want to try that. Just because, why not?
What's in the special edition one? I haven't seen those.
There were just different ones, like special occasions.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Themed ones.
And then also esports fans, the United States esports fans, 77% are men, 23% are women, 94% of esports fans are gamers.
That makes sense.
I would hope so.
The size amongst the general population is 14%, with a household income of 64.7K median.
Interesting.
So esports hours about 50 minutes or so, and weekly video game playing hours equal out to about 7 hours. And the average age of an esports fan is 31 years old. So 61% millennials.
I don't believe that.
No, that's right with my expectations.
And then you got esports growing, where 67% of people now prefer video games to be social. And having the latest gaming system is important to me at 64%. Being able to play the most popular games is 67%. Being able to purchase in-game content is at 57%, and keep up on gaming news and trends are at 73%.
Wow.
And most people became esports fans because new interests, like because of friends and family for the most part. Older interests, like for those of us that were interested, like the FTC, is interest in a specific game that led to esports. So for me, it was like Guilty Gear and Street Fighter. They led me into that.
Oh, Street Fighter. The game you love to hate now.
Yeah, Street Fighter 5 is just terrible. I'm sorry. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah. But
Street
that being
Fighter
said,
5, stop it.
I can't wait for Ed, right?
Yo, I was watching about Ed. So yeah, he seemed interesting, but I was listening to what you were saying and what they were saying about how he actually works. It's like, That's weird.
Yo, dude, it's perfect for hitbox players. Get
We'll
yourself a
have to
hitbox.
see. It seems like Capcom's like, we'll do accessibility players now for everybody can play.
Yo,
now.
shouts out to Broly Legs, right?
Oh Lord.
I love Broly Legs. He's a cool dude. All right, so is Prey a bad game, ladies and gentlemen, or are the lack of reviews hurting it? Keith,
So
I'm gonna actually lead with Aaron. Aaron has something important to say.
no, I just had a question. What percentage of gamers did you say like cared about being up with like the news and informed on the latest games?
73%.
Okay, and then that 73%, they couldn't get a review. They couldn't read a review of Prey before it came out because Bethesda. What did they do? They gave review copies the day before it came out, I think.
Or the day of.
The
day before. Like I said, I know a person who got it the day before.
Yeah.
And there are other people who got it the day after, and so forth, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
So I posed this question because there's a lot of discussion going on several big forums and Reddit about the status of Prey, and a lot of people were just saying, you know, maybe because there were review copies out there and people weren't really sure what to expect, because the last couple of games that came out of Bethesda, Fallout 4 and Dishonored 2, were riddled with bugs and issues.
Mhm.
Right.
And people weren't really sure what was happening with Prey, because Prey's been in development for years. You know, it started off as Prey 2, got scrapped, came back out as Prey. It's totally not the same game. It feels like a different game with the Prey name slapped on there, and people were very hesitant to pick it up. That said, I think it's a good game. It borrows heavily from System Shock, BioShock, Dead Space. It takes a lot of things from those games, puts it together, and it's not really defining. It doesn't do anything that those games did well, but it puts it together in an interesting way. It has decent gameplay, has a decent story if you're willing to look for it, and I enjoyed it. It's a little long for what it is, but the problem is two things actually. A lot of people who picked up this game picked it up on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4,
Right.
and those systems have a huge issue when it comes to running Prey. Digital Foundry actually did a deep dive of it and said the Xbox One version was better than the PlayStation 4 version.
Oh wow, don't hear that often.
Both of them are locked at 30 frames per second, and there's issues everywhere. Now, they did also mention that if you were looking to play this game, you're going to want to play it on a PC because that's the definitive version.
Right.
Of course.
It runs at 60 frames per second. It's like they actually did the PC development first and then ported it down. It's what they said it feels like. And I've ran it on every machine in this office. I ran it on that machine behind me, my home theater PC, this PC. I was able to run it at 1080p and 1440, 60 frames per second on all the machines. On my big machines, 4K. The machine behind me that still has a GTX 970 was able to run it at 60 frames per second. The optimization in the game is really well done.
Did you try it on a kid's computer?
The machine behind me.
Oh, I thought, my bad.
Keith's PC.
Keith's PC.
Yeah.
Right.
That PC.
I thought he was talking about the other one behind him, the one that he's playing the Surge on right now.
You mean the one to the left of me?
Which is still behind you, technically.
It's to the left of me.
It's still in proximity behind you.
Okay, you're just trying to wiggle your way out of this, but it's not working. It's to the side of me. It's not to my.
Aaron, have you been to Keith's house?
I have not.
No, he's
You
not.
need to go to his house and verify shit for me.
Okay, yeah, be right over.
No, but go ahead. All jokes aside, go ahead.
So, the lack of reviews are hurting it. The fact that people that are finally getting around to getting reviews are like, I haven't finished my review because there's just so much going on in the game, and I wanted to finish it. And there were other people that came out and did the reviews, which I think maybe were rushed, because I read some of these reviews. I understand everybody has their own opinion, but it's like, did we play the same game? Because the thing that you're talking about, I didn't experience. Like, I know, for example, one guy said he reviewed it on a PC, and he kept saying, I kept getting stuck on objects and I couldn't move. And I'm like,
What are you talking about?
Experienced that at all. What are you
Weird.
talking about? We're playing the same game, right?
Nope.
You know,
Not the
so
same
I could
speed,
see if he was
though.
playing the Xbox One or the PlayStation version, I would say, okay, fine. But you're telling me you're having the same issues on the PC version, and I'm like,
That sounds weird. That sounds silly.
Yeah.
But
Maybe they're
it goes,
using a controller in PC.
I used the controller too.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Well, there
It
you
was fine. I do all my testing now with controllers just to see
Oh.
how it plays.
go. Right.
You know, when I was streaming that day, I was playing with a controller.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I caught a bit of that stream.
So
you think it's lack of reviews are hurting sales for it?
I think lack of reviews are a big part because when it comes to an iffy game, review copies are a double-edged sword.
Mhm.
If the game is good, the reviews will be decent. They'll tell a good story. But if the game has issues, has bugs, and you have a competent reviewer that goes through and looks at everything, like when I do a PC review, I talk about the graphics, I talk about the gameplay, I talk about the frame rate, I talk about PC-centric stuff, stuff that should be in there, stuff that's not in there, how does it run? And there are those who don't do that, but there are those who do that, and they say, hey, this is bad. Like, if you're a graphics whore and you're like, it has to be 60 frames per second, because the consensus is a PC game must be at least 60 frames per second.
Sure, yeah.
Because the platform. And I come out and tell you this game runs between 25 and 30 frames per second. Are you going to buy it?
Wait for it to
say,
get patched, maybe. Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing that hurt Forza Horizon 3. Couldn't hold a frame rate. People kept asking about it. People kept saying, you know, it can't run a frame rate. Probably it can't stay 60 frames per second. It can't run a lot.
But speaking of, on the real, I mean,
well, let me finish that. You know, there are a lot of people that were like, you know, I'm not going to buy it because I expect this to be a lot 60 frames per second.
But I'm gonna say one time. Speaking of the real, I mean, they fixed that now. I mean,
they finally fixed it. Yes, they finally fixed it.
So kind of like get back onto the Prey stuff because we do got to get it. We do got to jump into like some quick stories before we end the podcast. This is the main discussion, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
We didn't talk about Destiny, but I guess that's fine.
I mean,
Aaron likes Destiny.
We can get there. I do.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We can get there.
I don't think it's gonna be like such an elaborate, but this was the main thing of like Prey and the reviews and the issues with it because like you said you did stream it and you did play it and you did tell me that Keith that it was a definitely good game.
It's a good game. It's not game of the year, but it's a competent game. Yes.
Ain't nobody gonna say it's game of the year. I'm sorry. Like if you say it's game of the year, you're just trying to like buy yourself into good graces with the company.
Bethesda.
Yeah. Like you don't do that shit.
They can blacklist me for all I care. They don't give me shit.
I'm like, yo, like
I buy my stuff. They don't.
I'm not saying I don't want them to blackball us, but at the same time, I want people to know, like, don't, you know, we're not gonna be bought by anybody. You know, we're human beings.
Hell no.
We're human beings. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure we showed that. If your game is garbage, if your product is garbage, we will tell you, hey, it's not good.
Like,
sorry.
The last two tech reviews I did, one was good, one was shit. I fucking said it. I have no problem saying that shit. I have no problem saying that shit.
I would fire you if you did that.
Yo, speaking of the tech review, I just want to say one thing real quick. You know, well afterwards. So final verdict on the Prey thing. Like it is Bethesda's new practice hurting sales of its own game.
It's not just hurting sales of its own game. It's hurting the industry. It needs to stop. And other developers, other publishing companies need to stop following their suit. They need to stop.
Aaron, your thoughts?
Review copies are helpful for everybody.
Right. Aaron,
I agree.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. Getting the reviews out there, getting the word out there, that's helpful for everybody. If your game's good and it gets good reviews, it can only be good for your game. It can only get you more sales. I don't know. It's almost like it's a way of not having to be held to a higher standard. It's like, no one can see the game till it comes out.
You're right.
And then, yeah.
So.
And I also don't think that giving games to only streamers is helping you either.
Nah, it doesn't help at all.
There are some good streamers out there. I watched a couple of them. There's some great ones out there.
I love Mighty Mouse. UFC.
He's all right.
Champion.
He's all right. He's getting there. He's not very technical. He's a good guy.
Nah, but I mean his exposure as the champion, I think, was the flyweight division. Yeah, you know that helps.
But I'm not talking about that. I'm not just talking about streaming and talking about the game. I'm talking about most of these people when they stream, like, oh, this is a great game. I'm playing this game. I'm getting. It's like, but
I'll give two examples.
You just ran into a wall and died.
Right.
I'll give two examples. Cool. I'll give two examples of gamers that I like. I mean, you know, Mighty Mouse isn't really the most technical, but you know what? He has a following. He has a love for the games, and I'll throw it down to, you know, up, down, and Austin Creed and all these guys that all the WWE guys that play games with them. Like they like.
I'm not talking about.
I'm just saying those. But then there's other streamers out there like Elohime, which is he's a cool dude. And he covers games and stuff like that, so he's actually a pretty cool dude. There's a couple other streamers that I watch on a regular basis that get these games for review, and they actually sit there and break down the game. Hell, we shit on Maximilian, but Maximilian's on point.
No, Max was weird at me getting. Max is doing a freaking fantastic job. He's one of the streamers I watch religiously. He's doing a great job.
Max is on point. Like Max is doing his thing. I was gonna get to Max. Max is one of the biggest dudes out there because, you know, once he found his niche and said, yo, I got it now.
Yep. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah.
He needs to give me some pointers because I suck at streaming.
You can meet him at TwitchCon, right?
What?
You got to meet him at TwitchCon or hit him at an FGC event. Right? Wait for him to get a Killer Instinct event, bro. Yo, so all right, let's jump into some quick stories before we go to Destiny 2 and end this podcast. So Apple is bringing iTunes to the Windows Store at the Build Conference today.
Windows
they announced
Apple's to Windows Store.
Apple is bringing iTunes to the Windows Store. Apple is bringing iTunes to the Windows Store. At the Microsoft Build Conference, they announced that Apple and Windows are working together to get iTunes in the Windows Store. So for those
Apple and Microsoft.
It sounds weird to me too.
Yeah.
So for those of you with iPhones, you filthy human beings.
You had an iPhone. Shut up.
I'm looking at you, Aaron.
Wait. Yeah, I'm looking. Where the hell is my phone? Oh, God.
I have a Samsung Galaxy S5 with Lineage OS. You had an iPhone. Okay.
I think I left. Must have left it in the living room. Yeah, that's me. The phone's the only thing Apple does good. So that's why I have it. I was a nerd.
I won't say that. Their
iPods were good. I like the classic ones. They're
not Zunes, but they're good.
Yeah, I know.
So,
but no, this is a good thing. This is a good thing, Aaron. I know a lot of people that don't want to buy Macs but have an iPhone would benefit from iTunes being on the Windows Store.
So I think what I wanted to ask you guys your opinion. Do you think this is meant to benefit? Is it Windows 10s? Is that the version that's like locked down the store? You can only use apps out of the store. Like, do you think it's a play for that? Like,
yes, it is. I will say it is. Like I said, Keith, and you will always disagree with me on this one. Look at where they revealed the Surface laptop in Windows 10s and tell me that and then look at this now and tell me that this isn't a play for those who have the iPhone but want to have the iPhone but aren't necessarily going to buy a Mac computer.
It isn't.
All right.
You know why?
So?
Why?
Because they've been trying to get them in Windows 10 store for years.
They've been trying to get
This isn't the first time that they've been trying to court Apple to get iTunes on Windows. Not the first time.
No, but this is Microsoft. But this is Microsoft courting them. I'm talking about Apple actually saying, "Yeah, we're gonna do it."
You can't tell me that it wasn't Microsoft saying, "Look, we have this now. We're doing this. We really, 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 really want you to come on." And I'm willing to bet you there was a huge amount of money that was passed hands to Apple.
And I'll be honest with you. You know, Google will never fly with that shit neither. And Google has always been on Microsoft's ass about.
No. Google is smart. They may have issues, but they'll work with you because there's tons of Microsoft products on Google stuff right now. You know,
no, but I'm talking about the other way around. I'm talking about the other way around. With Google products.
No, Microsoft is the other way. Microsoft is the one, like, Microsoft is giving Google shit for Chrome, saying you can't put Chrome on Windows 10s because of the engine that it runs on. Microsoft is giving Google tons of shit.
I'm not talking about Windows 10s. I was talking about in the past. Remember when the Windows Phone and Microsoft was like, "Yeah, Google, put your shit on there." The whole YouTube debacle. Remember that?
I remember the whole debacle with Microsoft, like, "Hey, you know, we're giving you Internet Explorer exclusively, and if you other stuff, tough luck." And then they got sued in Europe.
I'm not talking about that. I'm still talking. Yeah, well, obviously, but I'm still talking about like, you know, the Windows Phone disaster debacle with Google pulling YouTube off of the Windows Store.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Google was very
dickish
when it came to YouTube and a lot of applications. So, you know,
it goes both ways.
Go ahead. They didn't have an Android version for the longest time. What? There was none for
Google for Android, but I'm about Google and Android, and they didn't want to put YouTube on. That's stupid. That's still
for the longest time there was no app.
That was still the dumbest decision ever, honestly.
Don't a lot of like smart TVs run like Android-based OSs?
Now,
some. There's a
some do.
Like Samsung uses Tizen or
and
is it Tizen?
LG uses WebOS.
Yeah, because like all those have like YouTube apps and whatnot.
Yeah. So
their stance has changed over the years because it's like it's more money in your pocket. It'd be dumb for you not to do this.
Right.
Yeah. We move on to the next story. Why Windows must die. And ZDNet put a story out there. Why Windows must die, talking about how Windows 10s is the future of the Windows OS. And Keith and I resoundingly laughed with, "Fuck you."
Yeah, there's no way.
There's no fucking way.
It's going to be RT all over again. It's going to come out. People are going to use it and go, "Whoa, this is terrible."
Yeah, and that was exactly what I said. The guy was like, it needs to be more lightweight. It needs to be this and that. And
But
it's like,
wait,
well,
but time out. Isn't
ahead.
Windows 10 already lightweight as it is?
No, it is not.
No,
No,
okay. Windows 8
yeah.
was lightweight, resource wise.
No, it was not.
I said resource wise, compared to
No,
the
no.
previous editions.
We're talking about hard drive space when you install the
Oh,
OS.
no, that's
We're
not. No, I'm
talking
talking about. I was talking
about
about the
memory needed.
resources usage and stuff like that. It was lightweight. Now, if you're going to talk about hard drive size, then yes, it's
No,
not lightweight at all.
It wasn't lightweight when it came to resources. Not at
No,
all. No, not at all.
Okay.
It'll take all the memory you give it.
It's gotten better with paging and optimization. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gotten better, but it's not Windows 7 where it's like, oh, all your memory belongs to me. Because you gotta remember, when you run Windows 8, it takes all your memory, it caches all your memory, and says, okay, you have 16 gigs, I'm taking 10 of it, and I'm holding it ransom, and I'm gonna use this for whatever I need it for. And you're like, can I get it back? No.
Cause I know right now, looking at my performance Windows 10, like the memory.
Windows 10 doesn't do that. Windows 10 doesn't do what Windows 8 did.
That's what I'm
with
talking.
memory.
Windows 10, like I know, like
Right.
right now, I have 16 gigs and it's using barely half of it now.
What was that garbage they gave us? Super drive. It was some kind of RAM drive. They were like, you can plug a USB key in. And
Oh, you talking about Ready something? Yeah.
Yeah, with
Ready
something,
Boost.
some garbage.
Ready
gimmick they
Boost.
tried to put with
Ready
Windows 10.
Boost.
It was called
Oh.
Ready Boost.
Windows 8, excuse me. Yeah, and it was like, no, it's not. No, this is bad.
No.
But getting back to that, the guy was like, it needs to be more lightweight. And there was another piece a couple of years ago that Windows itself needs to be modular, and that I agree with, because modular is not lightweight. But what it needs to be is a la carte, or you need to be like, all right, I need this, and this.
Just pay for whatever you need.
They're available for you for now. I don't want to run this right now. Okay, put that on the back burner. Put it in some kind of suspend mode.
So you're talking about like how the Next Bit Robin operates?
I have not dealt with that, so I'm not going to say
how certain things save in the cloud. I mean, that's what they think, like certain things save in the cloud that you're not using.
Not exactly. Okay, so a good example would be when you install Windows.
Yeah.
You don't get an option to say, I don't want you installing these things.
Right.
Windows Server is a good example. You get a baseline, but then you can go into features and say, I need this installed, and it installs it.
Right.
Windows Desktop for home, for consumers, for businesses needs to be like that. I need to run Windows 10 on a machine that has 4 gigs of memory. You put in the amount of memory you have available. It comes out and says, you don't need this, and this. Okay, run that. Give me an option. Give me a profile that lets me run based on my machine versus throwing everything on there and making the average person figure out, why is my machine running like crap? Why is there so much stuff on my machine?
Right.
Because also make it easy to pull that stuff back out too after the fact. Like
you're right.
I mean, if you remember, there were people that were putting lightweight versions of Windows 10 or Windows 8 and Windows 7 on the market.
That and the custom
they were torrent
ones.
Though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like Black Edition and all that extra shit. Yeah.
Oh.
I remember all of those. I was contemplating getting one of those, and I was like, nah, let me not. You know, like, I'll be honest with you. But I mean, I don't think Windows 10s is the way that Windows should go. I think they should take what Windows S, what makes what's making Windows great, and kind of chop it up. You know, kind of like a salad bar.
That's what I just said.
Agree? No, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just like to use a salad bar because salad bars are healthy.
I don't eat salad. I'm sorry. I can't eat salad. I have to get myself to. I just can't eat salads.
Yeah.
Salads
I'm
are
right there with you.
Great.
I can't.
Aaron, you're fucking vegan. What?
No, not vegetarian, but yeah, they're disappointing. I only eat vegetables and all kinds of other forms, and salads are disappointing.
I can mess with salad. I love my leafy greens. I love my leafy greens.
I like spinach. You know,
yeah.
I
love me some collard greens.
But there'll never be a day where I won't have a piece of steak or chicken. It's just not gonna happen.
No.
Yeah, that'd be like you 50 years old and you got high blood pressure and cholesterol and shit, and your doctor's like, take your black ass to a salad bar.
Well, it'd be like going on black, doc. And it's stress.
Like, I was gonna say the N word, but I ain't want to do that.
Don't do it.
Because most doctors probably would.
It's more editing for you if you do that.
Yeah, definitely. So we're gonna move on to the final story of the night, and then we're gonna get the shields to pay the bills. We got some things that we gotta get done really quickly. So let you know right before.
Not me, I'm playing the Surge.
Huh?
Not me, I'm playing the Surge.
Anyways, Destiny 2 is coming. Activision is planning something big next week. We know. that there's a reveal coming up this month.
Yo, you know what? I don't care. I'm sorry to cut you off. I know why I don't care, because it's gonna have Destiny 2 on the PC. That's all I care about.
I was gonna say
Same here.
back to our conversation about games coming to the PC and people like I played Destiny 1 on the Xbox, and as soon as they said PC, I was like, done. I'm gonna play it on PC.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Yeah.
God, I hate that thing.
So at 12:45 on IGN, obviously, and other platforms, we're gonna get the full Destiny 2 gameplay reveal.
Yeah, that makes me so mad. It's IGN exclusive. We had this conversation, didn't we?
Yeah, yes, we did.
Yeah.
Let's not have it again. 12:45 Eastern, so about 12:45, right after I get off of lunch on the 18th. This is next Thursday. They're gonna analyze the full Destiny 2. They're gonna analyze and watch the full Destiny 2 gameplay trailer. The stream is gonna begin discussing everything they know about Destiny 2. So we're gonna hear a lot about what Destiny 2 has to offer, what we're gonna see in the gameplay, and we'll be able to talk about that. Obviously, we're gonna talk about that on the following Xbox Xperience podcast.
Yeah.
On next week.
Hope there's some hands-on at E3. Oh, I can't wait to.
You hope there's hands-on at E3.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be fantastic.
Yes. I will check that out if it's there.
And we'll never leave.
No. For the gameplay reveal, didn't they say it was going to be demoed on PC and an unnamed console? Like, they haven't said which console it's going to be.
Shouts out to Nintendo Switch.
I'll take it. I'm thinking there's no way it's not the PlayStation 4.
It's probably going to
bring up that Switch tax.
No, it's gonna it's gonna be the Zune. I'm telling you.
It's gonna.
Switch tax.
Been waiting for a Destiny on Zune all these years. Finally.
Man. Yo, seriously, after watching Guardian of the Galaxy, I need to find a Zune. I really want one now.
Oh, that was so hilarious.
Amazon got them on sale for like $200-something.
No, I'm not that bad. Holy shit.
You ain't gonna get a Zune cheap no more.
No.
You ain't gonna get a Zune cheap no more.
I bet you I do.
I mean, eBay maybe half busted and shit.
Ooh.
Besides, remember the Zune software don't work no more, so it's like, how you gonna get the shit on?
There's a will, there's a way.
Indeed. So if there's a will, there's a way. Let's talk about what we're expecting out of this Destiny gameplay to reveal. What console do you think is gonna be shown off on? I'm gonna bet on the Scorpio.
PlayStation 4. Come on.
I'm gonna bet on the Scorpio, bro.
Oh yeah, they're gonna announce it on the Scorpio, but it won't be Scorpio exclusive.
I'm not saying exclusive, but I'm talking about the unnamed console they're gonna reveal it on. I think they're gonna do it on the Scorpio.
PlayStation 4 Pro.
If they do it on the PlayStation 4 Pro, that's a disservice to everything.
No, don't say
my bet's gonna be the PlayStation, because I mean that's where they get the timed exclusives on the
and
PlayStation.
the alpha and the early beta too.
Yeah, so it's gonna be that.
Whoa, wait. No, everybody's getting access to the early beta. That got changed.
No, I got changed.
Did it?
Yeah. But if you go buy it, you go reserve it at GameStop. But it tells you the system you got on is getting it early, or getting the beta.
But what day? Because I remember they said they're gonna release on PlayStation 4 first, the beta.
Go look it up. I'm trying to die.
Nigga, you making a claim, bro? You making a claim?
I just lived. I'll do it.
Right.
Continue.
But on that note, I mean, Destiny 2, obviously, if it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a Scorpio dev kit that's gonna be showing off on. Others are gonna think it's the PlayStation 4 Pro. It doesn't really matter which way to do it, as long as it looks good.
No, it looks good and plays good.
Yeah.
That too, as long as it looks and plays good, that's all that matters to me. And as long as the PC looks fantastic,
which it will,
which it more likely will.
Absolutely, it will.
You know, Destiny should have been on PC. I probably would have played it. That being said, gentlemen, we reached the end of this podcast. Mr. Rogers is going to be completely on Twitch starting on Monday. All 800 plus episodes of Mr. Rogers.
What's next? Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse?
Listen, don't hate on Mr. Rogers, man.
Probably.
Mr. Rogers was my childhood. It taught me how to be a good person. So, I don't know what to tell you.
Mr. Wizard, kick his ass.
That being said, yo, final thoughts before we get out of here. Shows pay the bills.
32 days away from E3, and I'm getting nervous.
Nervous, huh?
I've never been in California. This is going to be interesting.
34 days of school left. Nice. For the school year left for me. Anyway, Aaron, what's up? Final thoughts.
I'm excited to go back to it. Like the last time I was thinking, well, it wasn't the last time, but I went to California for E3, but way back in 2001. So I'm excited to go back.
All right. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, shows pay the bills. Obviously, this is the Xbox Xperience episode number 22. Make sure you follow us on Outerhaven Net on Twitter, as well as, well, did I say Outerhaven Net? I meant to say the Outerhaven. Excuse the typo in the bottom. I confused the Twitch and the Twitter. And make sure you also check us out on YouTube. Check out the Outerhaven Productions. This has been episode number 22, Preying on the Unknown. Make sure you check out everything that we have on the Outerhaven Experience, the PlayStation podcast. Sony Centric, Keith Mitchell hosted that this week and hosted that this week. We also got the Nintendo Entertainment podcast with Todd, Will, and Tyler. We got the A1 podcast with Will, Matt, and Josh, as well as the Center Analyst with Sarah, and a whole bunch of other things. And make sure you go check out on YouTube our review of Minion Masters. Shouts out to Elliot Aloya for that review. That was a fantastic review. I know you got a chance to see it. Did you love it? Keith?
I'm sorry. I was trying to help people. Apparently, we're having issues with our TeamSpeak server. So say again.
No, I was talking about the Minion Masters review. I know you saw it. Got a chance to see it.
It was decent. I liked it. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, Aaron, did you get a chance to see it yet?
I have none. I'm going to read it after this.
Not read it.
You're going to watch
it.
Oh, watch it. Oh, it's a video review. Oh,
it's on YouTube.
All right. I will check that out.
You know, it's freaking fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you go and check that out. And on that note, I'm Clinton Bowman. Yo, Keith Mitchell is to my right, and Aaron Sanders is to his right. And we'll see you next week for episode number 23 of the Xbox Xperience podcast. Peace.
Piece of pie?
Piece of apple pie?
I don't like apple pie.
Get out.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm not there. So.
You're off the island now.
I've never had apple pie. It just
Apple Pie Island, if you can't be here.
It just seems weird, you know?
Love apple pie.